Okay, guys, it's really late, so I'm about to go to bed. I'm gonna try to make this fast, but I literally spent a while going on a full-on rant about blackness. I'm gonna just say it like that. And it was just about like slavery and stuff, but also slavery afterwards. And I don't really want to get into that. I'm talking about the Lord. So let me tell you, because the Lord is funny sometimes. Okay, so I go on a lot of rants. Every so often, I go on this rant, and I was just thinking in my head about it and stuff like that. And I was like, it's irking sometimes that I go on these rants because I can probably go on the rant like 2, maybe 3 more times afterwards, but it'll never be like the first time. But the reason why I was saying it's irking is because I go on these rants and I'm never recording them. And I've been doing this for years. And every time I'm like, dang, that would have been so good to record and post. And this last one was like my best one yet. So, but this specifically is what I need to like talk about. And so I was thinking about that. But then I was like, but you know what? My rants are recorded in a way that only me and the Lord hear these rants. So I'm like, they're not recorded, but so only me and the Lord hear the rants. Then I was like, that's okay though, because the Lord heard it and remembers it for me, And like the Lord's like my little, database. And so because the Lord remembers, if it's meant, and this is why I'm like, oh, it's a little irking because this would have hit like a lot of people. But if it's meant for someone to hear the words that I spoke, the Lord will remember it and will be able to cite it to me and bring it back to me, but better, so that someone or some people who do need to hear it. And like I said, it's late, so I'm not going to go on my whole rant for you guys. But back on the Lord. So then I was thinking about like and I was literally thinking about this morning too. I love to talk. But I don't talk a lot because I don't really have a lot to say, which is so funny. Sorry, I was just thinking about something so funny because when I'm talking to someone a lot, I kind of lose my breath. But when I go on my rants, I never lose my breath. I'm losing my breath like right now, literally. But when I was going on my rant, I was not losing my breath at all. I was just talking. Which is why it's so late too. Oh my gosh. But I was thinking about that, right? And there was this moment, it was me and my pastor and my first lady, who were also my bosses at the time and who are also my cousins. We went out to get like a brunch situation. And so we went and we got brunch and we were eating our brunch, right? We were talking and somehow I end up talking about like how I love to talk, but I just really don't have like much to say, And honestly, I like thinking about it now too, like I feel like the wording definitely was not like on there because for me, like words, especially recently, like words are so important. Like you have to be very careful with what you say. And I said, I don't have a lot to say. What I meant is I don't have a lot on my mind to say. So conversations are kind of hard. And my pastor said, but you do. in the moment, I kind of like brushed past it because, yeah, I do have things to say. But the way he meant it, right? It's like, well, that's not what I meant. You know, like I'm talking about like conversations. I'm not talking about things to spread, right? Because the way he said it, like I obviously was able to pick up on that. That's what he meant, like words to say, things to spread. Like, yes, I have so many things that I could say to people to spread. Like, I have so many words to spread to people. But I was thinking about that now. And I was like, you know what? I shouldn't have brushed past that because I can talk about these things that I have no opinions about, but talk about so deeply and create opinions, my own opinions, as I'm speaking about them. And because I have no opinions, I feel like that's truly a gift. Because this morning I was thinking about how I feel like I have like no personality, and it's like I need to develop my personality because I don't have strong opinions. But not having strong opinions is so, it's like you're very gifted when you don't have strong opinions because your mouth and your mind can speak so many things that someone with strong opinions can't say because you're speaking from the most neutral position that most people can't approach because you don't have any biases. So you're just saying things, and I feel like that's amazing that I can come up with these words and speak these words. And like I said, I love to talk, so I'm doing something I enjoy, and it's just coming out of my mouth. I'm in flow state, guys. But like I was saying, God is so funny though, because I say all that to say that right before I went on this rant about slavery and stuff, I was thinking, because I was like looking at some stuff on TikTok, right? And I end up on this video about this like guy, kind of like an interview talking about like the house and word because of like, you know, what happened. I'm in my search, I'm scrolling, and this interview comes up, right? So the interview comes up. Oh, I'm in the search because I got a TikTok about someone talking about that. And like there was a search that was like the original footage. So I click on it to find the original footage. And there was like one footage. I blocked that person. But I'm scrolling to see if there's like more footage. And then now I'm just like kind of like scroll state. And so then there's this person from the past who was talking about it who looks like Malcolm X. I don't know if he's Malcolm X. I don't think he's Malcolm X, but he looks like Malcolm X. And so within the last few months, I've been told I look like a blend of Rosa Parks and Malcolm X. With my glasses on. I don't have my glasses on right now. The glasses were definitely where the Malcolm X came from. And so with that, I was thinking about that, obviously, after seeing this guy who looks like Malcolm X. I'm thinking, yeah, but I wouldn't be an activist because I don't really, how did I say that? It was probably like, I don't really have opinions like that. A mix between that and like, I don't really care like that. I do care, like I care about people, but I'm kind of lazy, I guess would be the best way. So God is funny because I thought that, and right after I thought that, I somehow ended up in a whole talk about Black people, slavery, and then it ended, I'll tell you about the ending, which ended basically talking about, I want to make it general because I don't want to say specifically because I don't want, like I feel like I don't want to say it and not explain it, you know? but I'm gonna call it white ignorance. Okay? Yeah. And how I guess I'll kind of talk about it. How some things you do that you think is, oh, and there's a great example. I can talk about this, but let's mention it. Some things you do, you can do this as a black person, but if you do this as a white person, you're living in ignorance. And it's not that you were not living in ignorance as a black person, but it's like you're the victim, so you can do whatever you want type of deal. But as a white person, you're being ignorant and you're not taking responsibility. And I know you didn't do it, but like, and there's so many things that the world is today for black people that you may not do it and you may not be feeding into it, but you're not fighting for them. And some people fix their mouths to mention things that are ignorant, and you're living blissfully in ignorance. And it's like you say these things and you think you're doing something, but you're not. And it's like how there was the Black Lives Matter, what's it called? Movement. Literally, I thought a movement as I was saying it, and it disappeared from my mind. But there's the Black Lives Matter movement, right? And so you have the Black Lives Matter movement, and then there was the Everyone Matters movement. But it's not like Black Lives Matter movement. We're saying that no one else matters. And it's not like the Black Lives Matters movement just came out of nowhere. It was there because people act like black lives don't matter. Yes, everyone's life matters, which is why we specifically say Black Lives Matter, because our lives matters like your lives matter. And there are black people who are losing their lives. And that's so funny because I was talking about this a couple days ago. There are black people who are losing their lives because people think their lives don't matter. And that's why there's the Black Lives Matter movement, right? So I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about something else. But that's basically what I mean. And it's like people act like this stuff don't like. And that's what I mean by you're living ignorantly. And as a black person, you can live ignorantly too. As a black person, you can be racist towards other black people. Racism isn't you are racist towards another group. It's you're racist towards one. Like, obviously, that's not the description of racism. They're not going to use racism in the description. But you act this way towards a group of people of this race. But not this race. That's racism. You can be racist and be that race. Much like, okay, anyways, let me not talk about other things. We're just going to talk about racism. But yeah, that's what I was talking about. Because it's like, it's so funny because I was like, I can never be an activist. But it's like, I have the voice for it and I have the tongue for it. And I have the like mind for it, and I have God on my side. So it's not that I can't be an activist, but it's not something I want to be. But I wouldn't be fully opposed to if someone pushed me into like a situation like that. Like if God needed me to be in that position, I would. But yeah, let me go to sleep because I spent almost 15 minutes talking to you guys. But I really hope that gets someone. Please, I love you. Bye.